Welcome everybody to my channel in Spiritual Tarot. My name is Jenny. Today is April 7th. It's a Wednesday, and we're going to go ahead and jump into our message. Today, I'm going to be using the Sacred Rebels book. Oracle deck and book. It's a little lengthy. This is one of my first decks I got, and I really love it. Probably due to the fact that I am a little bit of a rebel. Which fire signs tend to be. We kind of do our own thing. One thing I have had to watch is because somebody sometimes will tell you something and you want to go the opposite, whether it's best for you or not, because just from people telling you something. So I really got to watch that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get in the message today. I hope everybody's doing well. We're into 1 week in April. And I'm sure all of us are a little impatient and wanting to let go of things that don't serve us anymore. But it's all about that divine timing, right? So let's go ahead and see what our message is today. Let me see if I can get a little straight here. Okay, let's see. What is our message? Oh, wow. That was like too many. I was going to say, I was going to take that, but there's 2, and this is really lengthy. I don't know if I should do 2. Job for a daily message anyway. Let's see. What is our message, please, Spirit? What would serve us best at this time to know? What is our message? Spirit, what is our message? Okay, is that one? Yep. Okay. So, we have number 24, New Birth, Guarded Vigilante. Oops. So, something about this new birth and guarded vigilante. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. I have my little helper here. She had a little adventure last month. My son had went hiking with with his friends and her, and she broke loose out of her harness. So she was running out into the desert, like the wilderness. And we went and searched for her a day or so, a couple days, and we just kind of assumed the worst because, of course, the desert, dehydration, wild animals, coyotes. So we were really heartbroken for a bit, but it was so weird because after 2 weeks in, somebody called and had found her. She was all the way on the other side of this 30,000 square feet desert, like mountains and terrain and cactuses, and so it's kind of like a miracle. She's like a little badass, She survived. I don't know how she got past all those coyotes and mountain lions and scorpions, and I just don't know, but it was meant to be. So she's back. She was really thin. She had lost a lot of weight. I think what might have also helped her is that for some reason we had 2 or 3 days of rain, which is rare in the desert. So I think maybe, because it doesn't absorb in the ground so easy, maybe she got to drink a little bit. The lady found her in a park, like a dog park, on the other side, and she was knocked over a trash can getting chicken nuggets out of it. So she's a survivor, that's for sure. So anyway, maybe her name should be Phoenix instead of Wishbone. Anyway, that's enough about that. So anyway, my point is, never give up hope. Always know that, miracles happen all the time, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and read this New Birth, Guarded Vigilante. All right, so here we go. In every creative process, in every birth, in every opening of a new cycle, there is a time of vulnerability. This vulnerability is natural and appropriate. It is the foal learning to become steady on its legs. Those legs will become remarkably powerful in time, but the process of growth and maturity has to take place, and that requires some wobbly first attempts. It cannot be any other way. Within you, perhaps even below the level of your conscious awareness, there's a fresh new life emerging, like a vibrant green shoot rising up from the earth. This new life is in need of your attention and your care. This could be a new relationship that needs tending with interest and kindness. It could be a new idea that you need to nurture into fullness because it's going to hold special purpose for your life path. It might be something within you, a new behavior, a new way of looking at yourself, or a new way of being in the world that you need to tend to until it becomes more natural for you to embody. This is the most significantly so. If you have also drawn the Oracle of Defend to the End. Okay, I don't know why I come across that when I'm reading. We're not pulling another card, but if you have this deck. If you feel drawn to, you may read the guidance of that card now. So if you have this book, you might want to read the Defend to the End along with this card. I'm not going to do that. Like I said, they are too lengthy. Let's just finish this New Birth. And then also it says if you've drawn She Knows, She Feels, or feel intuitively guided to read that message. Okay, so let's jump past all this. You must pay attention to the new life emerging from you now, or that you will soon sense. You must not be careless and think it doesn't matter. It matters greatly. Being careless now is akin to killing off the idea before it has a chance to grow strong enough to withstand the criticism, jealousy, or sabotage by dark consciousness in others or yourself. We don't have to be frightened or destructive energy. It exists in the nature and in us and is part of our life. We do, however, need to be intelligent to its potential power, and stay centered in our heart and our wisdoms to avoid all effect upon which we nurturing into our life. You will not always need to cloak which is young. Soon enough it will be able to stand up for itself. But for now, your vigilance and care is most certainly required. Hug your ideas to yourself as though you were a new lover you cannot bear to share with another. It's time the world will be in lover receiving the love in your idea. For now, it is for you to love, for you to hold, and for you to observe. Only allow those proven to be trustworthy to support you in this, those who handle the frequency of vibration of what you are seeking to nurture. Some may love you, but be frightened by what you're creating. Stay true to yourself and your creative power, and be wise as to whom you invite into your inner sanctum to witness this new life emerging. This oracle also brings particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place that you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument that you cannot let go of has another living in your head. A suffering that has not been acknowledged and released can feel like a big, old, dirty suitcase of emotional baggage, cluttering up the temple space of your heart. It is time for you to focus on the purity, light, love, and compassion that dwells within you. Everything else will come and go, and that is just fine. But the purity within your sanctuary is eternal. You can come back to refresh your spirit and gain resources to help you deal with the rest of the world and even your own darker moments anew. It will give you the peace and spaciousness of mind and need to be recognized the new life, and to compassionately but firmly denounce any intrusion upon the new life by doubt, fear, or sabotage. So I can tell you, I am so big on the self-sabotage. It's unreal sometimes. I'll have stuff so great, and then I start second guessing it, being afraid of it, thinking I'm going to fail, listening to other people. And I'm really trying to work on that. Like, I actually found, that guy, Sadhguru? Well, we went to a retreat in Tennessee one time, me and my son. I didn't stay the whole time, but we went to a part of it. I think he did end up finishing it later. But, so I looked, he has a lot of wisdom in him about spirituality and things like that. So I looked up because I think, why am I sabotaging myself? I could have had so much more by this point, but I've sabotaged it so much. What I'm saying is to do that, I thought, I really need to start working on this, because we always can think like, I want this to change, I want this, but we get so wrapped up in that moment of fear or general life or other people or whatever, that we stay stuck. So I looked up on YouTube some thing about sabotage yourself, helping yourself heal from self-sabotage. And he has something on there. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm just starting it, and I'm going to keep working through that. I really do. I got to, and really take the time, because we get so boggled down, like I said, that we don't take the time to really sit and meditate. And if you don't feel right doing the breathing and the actual deep meditation, as long as you quiet your mind, you're out in nature, you let your thoughts just all that worry just fall away, it really makes a difference. So make sure you put some time out for sanctuary. Have that inner temple, wherever it is, your room, within, whatever. So anyway, I'm rambling today. So let's go ahead and do this healing process. Healing process is: close your eyes and relax. Focus on your breath for several moments. Imagine the external world fading away, and allow yourself to step into your heart as though within you there is a silent, vast, open space. That space within is peaceful. Sense, see, or feel that deep within that space, a tender young shoot is rising out of the earth with tremendous courage and focus. It has summoned the energy to crack through the seed that once contained its life force, and it's reaching directly up towards the light, boldly determined to become a full, mature plant. Imagine that you are joyfully, lovingly, and consciously standing guard over the shoot. From a loving, aware, and strong space, you firmly move on any big muddy boots that would step on it, or any devouring insects that would look rather interested in that tasty young morsel. You do this easily and effectively whilst remaining centered in your heart. Is that it? Oh, no, there's more. See, I told you these are lengthy. Around you and the shoot are many beings of unconditional love. These beings may be ancestors, spiritual guides, beings of light, or angelic beings. You may sense darkness rise and fall around you, and the circle of light created by your love and the beings supporting you to protect this tender young shoot. You can notice that the rise and fall of darkness while remaining calm. Center and detached in your heart as you focus your love on the young plant. Watch it respond and grow strong. All is well. You may whisper to it, you are safe, and you will grow strong and thrive. Through unconditional love, so be it. In your own time, you open your eyes and have completed your healing process. At this time, you can return to repeat this process, especially if you ever feel anxiety or fear about your new life being able to sustain itself and become strong. There is no need to worry. Just treat your such feelings as an intuitive sign that this healing process will be helpful for you, and repeat it. You can do it daily for a few weeks, or you can go through a particular vulnerable period in your life. It will never do you any harm. It will only ever support you. So while reading that, I got this thought is like, when we have somebody in our life, like our children or something like that, or somebody we care about, how like we're like that mama bear, or we're so protective. We are so strong at that point, right? We're not going to let anybody do that. Like they're saying about this plant. You're not going to let anybody trample over it. No insects did it, nothing like that. Something you love, you're really going to protect. And I'm kind of getting this idea from Spirit about your inner child, because your inner child is when you were little. If you would meet yourself like you're a separate person and you met your inner child, and whatever they were going through and all that damage people were doing, saying nasty things, bullying, whatever, that damaged it, you would protect that. I'm sorry, I got befuddled. You would protect that. You would like wrap your arms around and say, it's okay, So do that to your inner child as well, So really, really heal that. Don't bash yourself. Don't be that bully to your inner child, okay? So that's your message. And like I said, look up that if you're sabotaging or you're fearful, look up those videos and really work on it. Spend a few times. What's more important than yourself, right? Okay, so that's your message. Thanks so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.